Welcome into No Punt Intended, presented by Club Fantasy. I'm your host, Joe Zolo. Week 8 of the NFL and fantasy football season. We have pretty much hit the halfway point for the fantasy football season after this week is over. So you're at the time where you're thinking, oh shit, panic button, really need to make some changes now to really get in the playoffs. Could be middle of the pack, could be having that. Or you could be sitting nice and pretty. I know some teams can be undefeated, maybe 1 or 2 lost teams, and you're looking to secure that early playoff berth. This week, however, going to be a tough one. 6 teams on a bye, and a lot that have a lot of good fantasy football players that you're going to need to find some replacements for. We have your answers to all of your questions. Let's get into it. Welcome into No Punt Intended, presented by Club Fantasy. The three amigos, Josh and Mike McDaniel in the bottom right-hand corner. I told Ryan to grab a hoodie.
I don't think Mike McDaniel can grow facial hair, so.
No, he's not old. He hasn't hit puberty yet.
Exactly.
So, yeah, maybe you could spare some of yours, though.
I certainly can. I'm about annoyed with this. I don't know where I want to go with it, but it's running its course. That's
Shave it off. Take it off. Take it off. Okay. Honestly, you know what? Let's just get, because I haven't done a general check-in. How are we doing on the season, boys? Because I'm above 500 in every league except one, so I'm feeling good.
I have a dynasty where I'm tanking. That I just got my first win.
It's
this
a
week.
productive struggle, Ryan.
Nope, tanking. That doesn't count. I don't care about that. That's
strategic. Nothing productive about what is going on with that team. That was I literally changed the team name to mistakes were made. So.
Hey, I'm in that tanked. I'm 6-1 in dynasty. So here we go. Took 3 years.
Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with her. In my 2 most expensive leagues, I'm sitting at 1 loss in each league. So I'm happy with the way things are going.
Great, Josh.
I've got some teams that are doing great. I've built some really strong dynasty teams. Some of my redraft teams, I've lost some players. I invested a little bit in Malik Neighbors. I have one where I lost literally Neighbors and Tyreek Hill. I had Tyreek Hill in a couple just for value purposes. Travion Henderson has not worked out the way that I wanted him to.
Oh, wow. Who could have guessed that?
But yeah,
now that I think about it,
there's some that are working and some that I'm just like,
well, Josh, now that you mention it, my worst redraft teams all have Travion Henderson. So they were all teams that I bet on Henderson and it failed miserably.
But you know what, though? I also have some where I bet big on Caleb Johnson, and we were all big on Caleb Johnson going into the season.
Yeah, I like Caleb Johnson. That's correct.
Really blown up in my face.
What I've really learned, though, I just want to quickly throw out. Redraft best ball, I might be the worst fantasy manager in the history of the world. Between Club Fantasy's charity league, Fantasy Now's charity league, and 10-Yard Rush's charity league, I think I have 3 wins combined on the season. So
okay.
See, I started great in the Gods and Goddesses tournament, and that was another one. I lost Neighbors and Tyreek Hill the same weekend. So yeah, it's not been looking good so far there.
All I know is I survived a Jamar Chase week and beat the guy who had Jamar Chase. Shout out my dad if he's listening. Fucker. Anyways, remember, like and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube. If you're on Pull or Piffy, you can go and make sure you follow us on there. Super chat as well. Last week, my goodness, all the questions we got, which one we love, and we'll get to every single question. But if you need to go, for example, you got to pee or you have dinner reservations,
you can migraine and don't want to be in bright lights all night.
This is true. You can hit the super chat function as well. We'll jump that right up to the top, and also make sure hop in the Discord for more football talk. The link is in the description, wherever podcasts you're listening to as well. Quick news and notes before we get into some of your questions, and then dive into Smash Game Upside Downside. Darren Waller, IR. It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah,
it was fun while it lasted.
It's short term, but still,
it was fun while it lasted. I do have to say, for us on this show, that we all had the Darren Waller questions, 0 targets, let alone 0 receptions. So pat on the back for this show. Jaden Daniels hamstring won't play in week 8. That is not a good sign for the rest of the season for the Commanders. Bucky Irving, Chris Godwin. They will not play in Week 8. The Bucs have a Week 9 bye, so look for them to return in Week 10. Aaron Glenn says he knows who will start between Tyrod Taylor and Justin Fields, but won't yet announce it, so it's Tyrod Taylor. As to not give the the competitive advantage is the Bengals know they're playing the Jets. That's the competitive advantage. I don't want to announce
the
it.
Bengals are coming off the game of their season and get to play the Jets. That's the advantage.
Joe Flacco revenge game. He was on the Jets for a little bit, right? I'm not tripping there, right? He was a Jet for like 2 seconds.
You're right. He
was a Jet, right?
I forgot about that.
Joe Flacco revenge game. I saw somebody on Twitter today make a Zach Wilson edit saying, I miss him. That is what the Jets have come to.
Oh, my.
That is
if anything, you should be missing Sam Darnold, I guess.
Zach Wilson. They were missing Zach Wilson. That's crazy. Joseph, bye weeks and injuries killing me. Same, bro.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
This is a tough week in general. I have a lot of players that are injured, and then you just have buys in general. But who do you target for a spot start? Jalen Noel, Darius Slayton, Ayo, because I don't know how to say. I still have not learned how to say his name. Or
I just say A. Maynor.
I think it's Alick, A. Maynor, sure, or Leggett. Noel, Texans have the 49ers. The Giants are on the road in Philadelphia. The Titans are on the road in Indy. And XL is at home against Buffalo. Brian.
If it's full PPR, it's going to be Leggett for me, which is just weird, but I feel like Dalton's going to be targeting him. If it's not full PPR, I would typically say Slayton, but he's still questionable, and I don't know, so I'll just go with Ayo.
Josh?
It's not Slayton.
I don't like Slayton either.
Yeah, let's remember that last Giants game, Quinshon Mitchell left early in that game.
Okay.
And if Slayton does come back, he's going to be the outside receiver that will likely end up seeing more of Quinshon Mitchell this week because
that's fair.
He's not going to run in the slot with Wandell. So, yeah, I'm out on Slayton. For me, this comes down to Leggett or Noel. Noel took a big step up, but again, if Christian Kirk plays this week, Noel is nothing. Like, he's irrelevant. So I think your safest play here is Leggett.
I'm also going to say XL. I think that's the safest play. I don't know which Titans receivers to trust right now, and that whole team just looks like garbage in general. Yeah. It doesn't look good. So XL. Pick up a Houston receiver for a spot start. Picked up Slayton and Pierce as of right now, but not feeling great about that. I assume Dameon Pierce, is that the
Alec Pierce?
Okay, I was like, okay, perfect.
A lot of people smarter than me are actually excited about Alec Pierce's role in this offense. So of this group, the Houston wide receivers, Slayton or Pierce, I would go Pierce, and it's not a terrible matchup.
Josh.
It's not Slayton. For me, it's not Pierce. Although against Tennessee, this would be a week that he could 100% go off.
Yeah.
He has a role in that offense. It's deep threat. That's all he does. That's it.
Yep. Oh, yeah, you need a big touchdown. That's
you need a big touchdown. Like, that is the literal definition of boomer bust. So I'm not really loving that. I think the Houston wide receiver people want, and it's probably going to go under the radar here, is Xavier Hutchinson. He's the one that comes in and sees targets. Now, granted, he's not great, so you're only going to get so much with those targets. But outside of Dalton Schultz, there's no other player in that offense that has more than 7 games experience with CJ Stroud. Hutchinson is one of those guys that has experience with him, so that's where he's looking. So I would be okay with Hutchinson because I don't really love either of these other options now. But again, if you need like a big boom because, maybe Thursday night somebody pops off and that's who you go against, then chase the points with Pierce. But otherwise, I'm fine playing it safe with Hutchinson.
I'll go Pierce. I'll take the boomer bust this week. You're probably gonna have a lot of people playing boomer bust guys with just looking at the amount of big time fantasy options that are out. You're gonna have a lot of people playing boomer bust. In a PPR, tight ends Kittle. Starting receivers are AJ Brown, Rashee Rice, Drake London. Again, for all you with those Rashee Rice questions last week, don't ask them. It's Rashee Rice every single week. And for a bench spot, he's asking, does he add Rondé Gadsden, Quinshon Judkins, Calvin Ridley? I think we can take Calvin Ridley out of this mix.
Yeah.
And Tez Johnson. If we're talking this week, which I don't think you're going to replace any of the guys that you have in your lineup, but I like Tez Johnson.
Agreed.
Yep. I don't know if it was fantasy sports or if this is just a very common question, but Josh and I got this on Tuesday, Joe, and we answered it that exact same way. If it's this week, it's Tez Johnson, but we both kind of lean Quinshon Judkins over the long haul.
Correct. Now with Kittle, maybe adding
sense.
Gadsden might be the play here.
I want to see it over more than 1 week.
He's done it more than 1 week.
He's technically done it 3 weeks, and he's done it the last 2.
I guess.
But here's the thing. Gadsden, to me, he's going to fall back a lot once Hampton comes back. Because, Ryan, that's what we talk about. The distribution of targets between your tight end and your running back. When you don't have a running back to throw to, they will go towards a tight end.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, he is still the 4th target. But Justin Herbert's averaging 38.7 pass attempts per game.
A lot of people
are
going into this worried that Los Angeles won't throw a lot in this game like they did last game. But my thing is, it's also a short week. I don't know that they're going to change their game plan a lot. And to me, that favors Gadsden this week. But again, we're not talking about this week. And overall, I mean, Josh is right. If you're worried about Kittle, it's Gadsden all day because you're going to start Kittle until you're not. But if you're not worried about Kittle, you think he's going to be fine. I tend to think he's going to be fine. It's Quinshon Judkins.
And if Vince chimes in the chat about the Chargers offensive line, Gadsden's not a blocker, so you don't have that to worry about.
No. And the funniest thing, the Vikings are 0-7 on Thursday Night Football, I think was the stat, under Kevin O'Connell or something like that. And Carson Wentz is 7-0. So
something's got to give.
Something's got to give.
Yep.
It's going to be very interesting. But I think you can stream a tight end. If Kittle gets hurt, you could pick up another tight end. I wouldn't waste the bench spot. My only issue with Booty is he's not getting targets. The targets he's getting are great because he's catching them. He's finding the end zone.
He's another one like Pierce where it is kind of boom or bust. Like it's very much about the matchup.
But he's just not deep threat. Like he will go all across the field. It's just it's more of efficiency in that offense than it is.
Helps also that he has a week 14 bye, so you can literally plug him in anytime between now and then. So
yeah. Personally, I would pick up Tez right now. I'd pick up Tez Johnson. I think he's going to be the hotter commodity right now. Josh, wish you pushed your fave team Eagles. Devonta Smith had himself
him and AJ Brown combined for over 300 receiving yards last week.
It's crazy what happens when you let a quarterback throw the football.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Saying,
Now,
I wish I saw that coming, honestly. Like,
no, don't get it twisted.
I'm gonna take some ownership here, and the reason that Smith went off is because I traded him off one of my teams. So there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Thanks, Josh.
Aaron Jones, if he plays, or Woody Marks.
Pass. It's such a good matchup for Aaron Jones. You just don't know what's going to happen there. I'll take Woody Marks.
Yeah, it's Woody Marks for me. They need to throw the football. They have no weapons. Houston, Marks, I mean, he only had 3 catches this past week, but you got to think going into this week, like practice-wise, they're going to get more involved in that passing game because, I mean, I think they targeted Schultz 10 times, and in the half that Nico was there, he saw 10 targets.
Yeah.
So, like, you take Nico off the board. If Christian Kirk's not there, you're relying on a bunch of rookies to run routes. Running routes as a running back is a little bit easier out in the flat. So I think Marks is the better play here. Aaron Jones, that is his only role, is pass catching at this point. Like Jordan Mason has that early down role, and the Chargers have given up 7 touchdowns to running backs the last 3 weeks.
Yep.
Jordan Mason is in for a big week, and it's not Aaron Jones getting that play.
Yeah, even if they bring him back, I feel like it's like Josh said, just to play third down this week, and then we see what happens later on. So and it's not even guaranteed he's activated for tomorrow. So
also that.
I don't like either option. So just go with the guy who has the longer week.
But here's the thing: you may not have many options because 6 teams are on a bye.
Oh no, I agree.
Yeah.
That's
Well, just to give you an example, Woody Marks in my base rankings typically wouldn't crack my top 30 because of the bye weeks. He's my RB22 this week. So
Damn.
yeah. All right, last one before we get into Smash and gameplay of the week. 2 quarterbacks, Superflex League. Quarterbacks are Daniels and Purdy. Obviously, Daniels is out, but he has both their backups. Would you trade Daniels, Brees, and Nico Collins for Trevor Lawrence, Chris Olave, and Saquon?
no, Trevor Lawrence's ass.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is dog shit.
I mean, an ass Trevor Lawrence is better than I'm not starting Jaden Daniels.
I
but he has Marcus
I
Mariota.
would rather Marcus Mariota. I'm not, that's not even a joke. That he has rushing upside. That's
Well,
not
hold
even
on.
a
Let's
joke.
take the rest of this though. So Saquon is still a base level
Yeah,
improvement
he's a
over
top 15
Brees.
RB, and Brees has not been that this season.
And then Nico is better than Olave, but then again, Nico's missing this
Right
week.
now, Olave's producing and has only 3 touchdowns on the season.
God, I just hate Trevor Lawrence. So,
I know
well,
that's really what does it for me. But here's the thing:
he's also 1-6.
That's what I'm saying. Like at this point, like
nope, make the
it
trade.
can't get any worse for you.
100%.
Worst case, you trade him and you go 1-10.
Exactly.
And here's the thing: like, sure, maybe Mariota can be better than Trevor Lawrence, but Mariota's not going to be any better if we don't have Debo this week.
Well, I do want to point out
have
he
Gary
also
McLaurin.
doesn't have Trevor Lawrence this week.
Yeah, that's true. You're not going to have Lawrence either. So,
but you're not going to have Nico, and now you're starting Olave and Saquon.
Correct.
That's putting you in a way better spot to win, especially Saquon Barkley, as Josh will be talking about momentarily.
And you were playing Mariota and Mac Jones anyway. So
Yeah.
There you go.
okay, perfect.
I
Let's
think
get
Purdy
into
might
Smash.
start this week, right?
What?
I think Purdy might start this week.
Oh well, either way, you have
He's
either of the quarterbacks.
might be starting for the last 3 weeks, and he hasn't. So.
Yeah, classic Kyle Shanahan. Let me tell you, Christian McCaffrey just tweaked his Achilles. Half season IR, plays 3 games.
Yeah.
Smash play of the week. Saquon Barkley against his old team. Josh.
Yeah, I went back and forth on this because let's face it, Saquon has not been good. He's barely a top 15 running back. I get why nobody has
that
confidence.
coming.
But here's the thing. He's already played his former team once this season. It was 2 weeks ago, and he only got 58 yards. But in that first quarter, when they said, we're going to run Saquon, he looked really good. Then everything happened on the defense. Obviously, they didn't have Jalen Carter. Quinshon Mitchell left, and everything just fell apart. This team bounced back in the passing game last week. They finally said, all right, we need to fix this. Well, we are 7 weeks into the season. When's it going to be time to fix the running game? This is the week that I think it happens. They got 300 receiving yards from A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith last week. That threat alone is going to open up running lanes.
Yeah.
And you can beat the Giants with big plays out of the running game. So if these guys aren't sticking to their lanes, because we got to focus on these outside threats because they just went off last week, and the Giants don't have the kind of corners that can do that. If they end up trying to stack the box to stop Saquon, they're just going to get beat on the passing game. So I think this is the week where they respect the pass and Saquon can get going. Because again, his one game against the Giants last year, 176 yards. He can beat this team. And he's done it before. And I think this is the week where the team itself gets him going. Maybe it's a homer pick. Maybe it's not, but I'm rolling with it. The Eagles are at home. They got Brandon Graham back. I think there's a sense of rejuvenation in this locker room and with this team right now.
I love that moments ago when you were giving your Xavier Hutchinson take, Vince and you were locked in. He was praising you. The second you start going pro Saquon, the tide has turned in the chat.
I get it. It's okay.
I mean, considering what we were saying all offseason to avoid Saquon where he was getting drafted.
Which, again, we've looked pretty damn smart.
We're right on.
You know? And that's the thing is, like, you're getting at a point with 6 teams on a bye. Like, Saquon's status is instantly boosted up into that top 12, right? I think
guys,
this is where he finally gets, like, the primo rushing yards that he has not had this season.
Guys, I'm telling you, we don't just celebrate our wins on the show. Okay, we do celebrate, and we are accountable with our L's. For example, one that I know off the top of my head, because I keep track of Josh's L's all the time. Jackson Smith and Jig was 200 receiving yards ahead of everybody else in the NFL, and Josh said he was going to have a down year.
Yeah, I do also want to point out that
every single show that I'm on, I own that take.
Yeah, that was also an L for Joe's downside last week.
Huge. I was like, oh yeah, Derek Stingley's having a good season. Houston defense looks good. He hit, what do you have, 80 yards in the first quarter? I was like, okay, it's fine. He helped me win against you in Dynasty.
Someone in the chat pointed out how the fuck was Stingley not following JSN that whole game?
I made no sense. But game of the week before we get back into the questions. Ryan, you have Green Bay at Pittsburgh. That's the layup here.
It was. I almost went contrarian with this. And what I mean by contrarian is we just started this segment this year, and we typically want these to be like pro good games, and this should be a good game. But I almost took Dallas and Denver because I think we've seen better defense from Dallas. That's going to come up later in the show. And I think that game could be a bit of a trap game for fantasy purposes. But for this game, I'm going to take the layup. Josh is talking revenge game. I don't give a fuck what Aaron Rodgers says. I'm also talking revenge game. If anyone in the NFL believes in a revenge game, it's Aaron Rodgers. Against the Jets in week 1, he hit 4 touchdown passes. This is his first game against the Green Bay Packers. He might double that up. But when you look at the fantasy aspect of this game, in the passing game specifically, both of these teams getting killed by quarterbacks, getting killed by wide receivers, getting killed by tight ends. That's kind of what you're looking for when it comes to a high-scoring matchup where everybody's going to score. I don't know how good of a game this is going to be for like Josh Jacobs and Jalen Warren. I feel like this is going to be a heavy throwing game, even though these are teams that typically rely on the run. I like what we're going to see out of this game overall, but really I just want to see if Aaron Rodgers can do it again after what he did to the New York Jets in week 1.
I have DK Metcalf, so I would like
more on that in a moment.
I would like Aaron Rodgers to do something, please.
I like this one from Vince. Hang on, Joe, real quick. He's gonna bet that all Steelers.
I picked up Jonas Smith.
I was gonna say I've got him in a couple of leagues. I'm more than willing to start him. All of them scored last week.
Yep.
And they talked about it on Sideline Banter with Sam and Tate last night. This being one of Tate's petty parlays about the tight end scoring touchdown. So
if you want to have some more fun with it, all of them are going to have crazy odds to be the first touchdown scorer. Mm-hmm. Throw a little bit on all 3 of them to score the first touchdown. And if one of them hits, it'll more than pay off whatever you put on the others. So
I have Trey McBride in one league, and I picked up Jonas Smith. So,
yep,
need him. Need 2 receivers and 2 flex. London is the definite.
Yep,
correct. Michael Pittman also.
Yeah, not pension Pittman.
A lock. So those are your 2 receivers, and then you're flexing Quinton Johnston tomorrow night, T. Higgins, Tedoroa McMillan, Tez Johnson, J.K. Dobbins.
I'm going to stick with everything proven here. I'm going to go QJ and J.K. Dobbins. I love Tedoroa McMillan. I just don't know what this offense is going to look like. So give me London, Pittman, QJ, J.K.
Josh.
Same.
I'm going to go Higgins.
I will say I am tempted by Higgins the way that Flacco looked against the Jets.
Oh, my God. I was thinking fucking Jaden Higgins. I was not even thinking.
T. Higgins.
I might go him over QJ. QJ's had a little bit of a down the last couple of weeks.
And I'm going Thursday. Higgins and Tez Johnson.
Ooh. Oh, so you would take Tez over Dobbins?
Easy.
Okay.
J.K. Dobbins looks like the Titanic running into the iceberg. Yeah, it's painful to watch.
And Dallas can't stop the run.
They can't. Tez Johnson, please. Did you see what the freaking Saints looked like on defense against the Patriots? Also, fuck you, Caleb Williams. What the hell are you doing? Remember 3 weeks ago, I think I brought up, I don't know whether to start Stafford or Caleb Williams because they pissed me off.
Yeah.
And Kyler Murray was in that same conversation. I started Stafford during his 11-point week, and I benched Stafford during both of his 30-plus point weeks. So what the fuck am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to? Thankfully, I can't start Stafford this week. So that saves me the headache. God, fucking hate Caleb Williams.
Cannot trust Caleb Williams. It's rough.
God, I hate him. Tet or Jordan Addison to flex this week, Josh?
Oh, I'm not benching Jordan Addison right now.
Ryan.
He has either 114 or more yards or a touchdown in 3 straight games.
Ryan, I already know your answer.
Do you? Because
I know your downside.
I was gonna say I don't love either one of these guys. If it's full PPR, I'll start Tedero McMillan though.
Yeah, I'm going
Who's
all in on
Carolina?
Addison.
Buffalo? Dude, Buffalo's ass.
Yeah.
Buffalo sucks. I'll go.
But so is Andy Dalton. That's the problem.
Yeah, so is Andy Dalton. But like, Andy Dalton could get the ball to a receiver. Andy Dalton's ass. He still got the ball to AJ Green.
We did miss a
Tet
part of
profiles.
that last question for Marcus. The tight end
Gasson
part
or
of it.
Kittle? I think we're all Kittle, right?
Yeah, I'm not benching Kittle. I know it was a shitty
Yeah.
week last week. I'm not benching Kittle. So yeah.
Yep, all Kittle. I'll go Tet. Fuck the Bills, dude. I think the Bills are an overrated piece of shit franchise right now. They are horrible. Good night. Rest of season. Oh boy. What a cast of characters. Dalton Kincaid, Aronde Gadsden, or AJ Barner.
I'm going to stick with Kincaid here. You paid a lot more for Kincaid than these guys, and he's performed well. So
Kincaid is the tight end 5 in points per game this season.
Yeah, I mean, I would Kincaid, but we're just streaming week to week. Like that's what.
I mean,
That's the thing
is.
with Kincaid. When he's healthy, you don't have to stream.
Yeah, Kincaid has more upside than anyone you're typically grabbing off.
I agree with that.
I think Gadsden comes back to earth a little bit once.
You can't expect him to go out for 164.
Yeah, no, I mean he's not.
I'm not busting your balls.
Barner's nothing more than a spot starter, which when you start him, he's going to hurt you with zeros, and then when he's on your bench,
AJ Barner only scores touchdowns on your bench. That's the kind of guy he is.
So no, for me, it's if we're going rest of season, it's Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah, if you had to pick one, I'm picking Kincaid. That one's pretty easy. Bucks or Chiefs this week? Chiefs at home Monday night against the Commanders.
Yeah.
Bucks on the road in New Orleans. Ryan.
You initially think the Bucks have the better matchup, but you're giving me Marcus Mariota, you're giving me banged up wide receivers, you're giving me no running game. The Chiefs might
prime
have
time
Andy
in
Reid.
Arrowhead.
Yeah, the Chiefs might have Andy Reid's second shutout of his career 2 weeks in a row. So
yeah, I don't think the Commanders score more than 10 points this week. So yeah, it's the Chiefs for me.
Yep, Chiefs. Woods Girl, what to do with DJ Moore?
Pray.
It's pray. As somebody who is an avid DJ Moore lover and has drafted him every year, except for this one, because I didn't feel good about it. You just got to hold on to him.
I doubt there's anybody out on waivers where you're like, damn, I need this guy over DJ Moore. I'm sure there's some tempting like Tez Johnson's and around.
I was about to say, if Tez Johnson's out there and you need to start, are you dropping DJ Moore to get Tez Johnson?
I'm not dropping DJ Moore, but I'm dropping another piece of crap that's on.
Yeah, I mean, I'll run DJ Moore out there this week if I have to.
DJ Moore against Baltimore, right? That's what they're playing. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to respect. They're the worst.
They are,
but
I think they're going to get run all over. Is the problem?
Okay.
Caleb Williams hasn't been able to hit the broadside of the barn the last couple of weeks.
Oh my God, it's like he's so not good. It's like he's not good. Who could have sniffed that? Darius Slayton, obvious no. Darnell Mooney, Christian Watson. Darnell Mooney against the Dolphins.
If it's this week, yeah, it's Mooney.
Yes, if it's this week, it's Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, it's Mooney. I'm one like Giants went out and immediately signed Ray McLeod after he was cut. I'm wondering if Slayton's even a go this week. So
Ray runs more in the slot though, which is interesting.
I mean, we know the Giants need every slot wide receiver known to man. So
this is true, but it's interesting because McLeod has 4.3 speed, so you would imagine they would put him as an outside guy, even though he is undersized.
I don't know what happened between he and the Falcons because he got sent home last week and then immediately released this week. So something happened there.
He's a great special teamer. He'll always have a job until he doesn't want one. So Trey Benson or Monangai bench spot PPR.
Oh, it's Trey Benson. It's not close for me. I'm not trying to he's probably not back until week 10 or week 11. Monangai is going to get involved, but unless DeAndre Swift gets hurt, Trey Benson is immediately taking that backfield back over.
Yeah, I assume this is coming from a from a team that doesn't have IR spots, obviously.
Oh yeah, got to be if Benson's out there. I mean, Benson is available in 44% of leagues right now. Last I looked, so.
If you want Monangai to play him this week, there's got to be somebody else on your roster that you can drop because I do think you should keep Trey Benson. So, with Jaden Daniels out this week, pickings are slim. Rolling with Flacco, sure, yeah, you can start Flacco the rest of the year if you want.
I was gonna say I am not mad at that even a little bit.
No, he's gonna have 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Completely different quarterback with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins catching the football.
It's almost like quarterbacks who go to Cleveland go there to die.
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, I mean, there's that, but he did not look good with the Colts last year either.
I read a really interesting article today about Stefanski being the problem. Now, the gist of this article was that maybe we shouldn't give up on Deshaun Watson, and we should all give up on Deshaun Watson. But the narrative is that Kevin Stefanski is the problem when you look at all the quarterbacks who have left Cleveland and succeeded.
And thrived.
I mean, there's no weapons in Cleveland, though. That's the problem. Like, Flacco was great there 2 years ago.
That was when he kind of
he led them to the playoffs, and Stefanski won Coach of the Year. Like, Flacco just looked old last year. Like, he looked legitimately washed. But also, too, when you're talking about weapons, Pittman was dealing with a back injury half the season. Yeah. Now he gets really good weapons in Cincinnati, and he looks like January Joe from 10 plus years ago.
2-time Coach of the Year winner, Kevin Stefanski,
wow,
has a below 500 win record with the team he's currently coaching.
Yeah. He's the Eli Manning of head coaches without Super Bowls.
The chat is just destroying Stefanski. It's actually just index of sus, but regardless.
Yeah, great. I don't know why Tez giving me rookie Tank Dell vibes.
They're
very fair.
Stature.
Well, I was say if you let Josh tell
us, because he's black and skinny? Huh?
If you let Josh tell,
what if he was white?
Tez is going to get broken in half the first time he goes for the wrong jump ball. So
I mean, yeah. Can Tez be a thing in the long run with Evans out?
Absolutely can be.
He's a deep threat.
Yeah.
I mean,
Baker's not afraid to go downfield with the football.
Nope.
Yeah, it's such an interesting offense with Chris Godwin also out because nobody kind of fits into either role, the Mike Evans or the Chris Godwin role. It's a completely different offense because Ibuka does everything and Tez Johnson's a burner. So you almost have to like reformulate your calculations. No, I like the kid. I think he's good.
Gonna do one
he's
more.
A lot of fun. I mean, honestly, the biggest reason he fell in the draft,
size.
That's it.
Gonna do one more, then we'll head into our upsides here. Adunze or Jalen Warren. I feel like this is a clean sweep for the former, but I could be wrong.
Adunze has been so bad the last couple of weeks because Caleb Williams has been so bad the last couple of weeks. I'll take the guaranteed work. Jalen Warren might be fucking Aaron Rodgers' favorite target. So
I just don't like that matchup against Green Bay.
You're not wrong. I just said that. This could be a game that goes away from the running backs. I mean, here's the thing. You're right. You got to keep starting Adunze, but it's just so wild the swing from September to October on Rome Odunze.
Yeah, it's definitely not great, but I think this is where you have to play the matchup. I'm more willing to play that matchup with Odunze than I am DJ Moore, though, because
agreed.
DJ Moore has taken a large step back in targets, even in good matchups.
Guys, remember last year when I sat on the show every week and said, imagine if Caleb Williams could hit Rome Odunze in the chest because he's open on every play?
Yeah.
I stuck to my guns on Bryce Young for a long time. I am exhausted being the Caleb Williams apologist at this point. Like, the kid is not good, plain and simple.
Ryan, you know how happy that makes me?
Yeah, you're not going to get any pushback on me anymore. I'm beyond fucking frustrated. Bryce Young, I'll keep defending. I can't find it in me to keep defending Caleb Williams.
Thank you. And I only have him in Dynasty because I was like, well, in case I'm wrong and I have 6 first-round picks.
Yeah, that's right.
Might as well take him. Although, my king, Drake May.
Whew. What a win.
I don't know if you guys are on this. You guys have seen Drake May Lover on Twitter, correct? Please tell me you've seen that. Oh my God. His Twitter handle is at Drake May Lover. All he does is make the funniest Drake May memes ever.
That might be a Austin Amendola burner account.
It is so wholesome. It's hilarious. And have you seen?
Yeah, that was his QB1 out of that draft.
Absolutely.
Have you seen his wife's TikTok page?
No.
Drake May Lover's wife?
No. Drake May's wife, Ann. Drake May's wife, Ann. Drake May Lover now does. He did make a TikTok. It popped up on my For You page. I immediately followed. But his wife. Drake May's so wholesome. Here's why. Because people in the comments on his wife's TikTok is like, make sure our king is fed, and it's her making like jalapeno bread, and it's like our husband played great today. Just a random video of her like going to the gym. And I think it's Anne Michelle May. Please God, go to the comments and you will die laughing. It's tuck in our sweet prince tonight. Like It's so good.
I mean, I was all in
It's
on a
so
big
good.
Drake May leap this year. Like, you could see the seeds. I mean, the big question was always, what do they get out of the wide receiver position?
Yeah.
That was always the big question. And quite frankly, it may not even matter. Like, he's still doing it even
Kid
without
is
like
so
a bona fide
fucking
one.
good.
He's so good.
We're back, baby. Get excited. All right. Upsides. Josh, Michael Pittman top 10 against the Titans. DeAndre Swift 15 plus against Baltimore. Running it back for another week. Can DeAndre Swift go for it?
Yeah. So remember when somebody asked me last week, DeAndre Swift or Marvin Harrison? I want to officially change my answer.
Yeah, correct. And I think Ryan and I both flamed you for Marvin.
Yeah,
Harrison.
you did. You did. And I will wholeheartedly admit, when I don't have a certain player rostered, I pay a lot less attention to him. I don't have any DeAndre Swift.
That's why it's good that I'm in 30 leagues, because I have
Exactly.
everybody rostered.
I'm in 6 and I have Swift on all of them.
But yeah, Swift in 3 straight weeks has 16 or more touches and at least 1 touchdown, and has back-to-back weeks of 20 plus fantasy points. He gets the Baltimore Ravens defense this week. I don't think I need to really go more in depth than that. The other side of it, though, Caleb Williams is straight up struggling as a passer. Mm-hmm. Take the ball out of his hands, give it to Swift, plain and simple.
Yeah, that's what the chat's actually going in on right now too. So.
Yeah. Also, I would official apology from the show, because apparently, actually not from the show, from us believing in meteorology, because it was supposed to be 55 rainy with 50-mile-an-hour winds in Chicago, and then Chris Olave has 100 yards and a touchdown at halftime.
Yeah.
So for all these should I start Chris Olave questions, we apologize. We also all sat him.
We did, and it cost me money in DFS because I had the exact amount of salary to get Chris Olave in my roster, and I was like, no, not with that weather.
Yeah, and then you know what it was? Cloudy, barely any wind.
Yeah,
that's the thing with weather. It's like the moment you pay attention to it and make the decision based on the weather, it comes back to bite you. But the moment you ignore it,
I pivoted on Cleveland because of it as well. Cleveland, Miami, and it worked out real well. Yeah. So
who was the Dolphin that finished inside the top 20? Was it Achane?
Achane, 15.
Fuck. Yep. I was going to say, I felt pretty good going into after looking at that final.
I was going to say, because I got mine right, because I said he wasn't top 12.
Yeah, yep. I knew
you
20
was with 20.
I knew 20 was a stretch. All right,
that's right. I told you. I knew it was going to. I told you it was going to be Achane and Waller. Obviously, Waller got hurt, and you were right. But Achane with those catches, it was never going to work. So
yeah, that was my biggest worry there. Ryan, DK Metcalf top 15 against Green Bay, as we've lightly talked about in that game.
Yeah,
in the 2 touchdown special, why not make it 3? Jonathan Taylor against the Tennessee Titans.
Jonathan Taylor gets me my first win on the 2 touchdown special last week.
So we double down.
On it. But going to the DK Metcalf, because I never talk about the 2 touchdowns. I like this game a lot. Metcalf has been boom or bust, and this screams that it's going to be a boom game for me. He's actually the tight end 24 on the season, which seems low. So that's why I picked top 15 as my baseline. I think he's going to outplay it. He scored consecutive touchdowns in the 4 games they played between weeks 2 through 6, but he obviously got held out of the end zone last week, which was a weird game to get held out of the end zone. Marvin Harrison got hurt last week, but when you look at Green Bay's games other than that, they have been getting torched by wide receiver 1, specifically in recent weeks. 25 points given up to Jamar Chase and 33 points giving up to George Pickens. DK Metcalf is going to play a similar role to George Pickens. I think it could be a big week for him.
Coming over to me. I had a tie last week because I had Terry McLaurin, and then he was pronounced out on fucking Thursday.
Yeah.
Bijan will be the RB1. He plays the Dolphins. Does anybody have any blowback on that?
The only thing I would say is that they run up the score and they pull him.
Yeah. Because I do like Tyler Algier.
That's essentially what happened to my Patrick Mahomes QB1 overall last week.
Hey, he'll still have 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he'll have that at halftime.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'll
have be
50
really
yards to the air.
Michael Penix doesn't play and they get Kirk Cousins in there. If
that's 27 rushes by the end of the first.
Oh yeah, no, Bijan will run the football like nobody's business, 100%. But yeah, it'll be a little interesting. But
yeah. And then this one's just very specific. Marvin Mims will score a 40+ yard touchdown against the Dallas Cowboys, and I say 40+ because that's bonus points in most of my leagues.
I was going to say, hopefully, you could actually put money on that as well.
Yeah, you can. So. Yeah, you just put a longest. There's probably
longest
like a
reception.
Yeah, they always most sports books will have like a longest reception prop for players. I don't know if you can go as high as like 40, like an alt line on it, but
guys, Dallas is just bad.
Their secondary though has played better of late.
Great.
So that's
bad.
I'm going to go to that when we talk about
that was
Portland
queuing
Sutton.
you up, Ryan.
Yeah, I was going to say. There has been some interesting developments of the Dallas secondary as of late when it comes to yardage. And that's going to kind of maybe hurt you on this, Joe, but they have actually.
I don't care.
Well, I'll save it for my Cortland Sutton
I don't care.
then.
What was it with developments in the last week? They're the last ranked defense in the NFL. They suck.
They've gotten better over the last 3 weeks.
Congratulations. Like, congratulations.
I love how dug in Joe is.
But look at them. Look at the fucking roster. Deron Bland. Literally, what he does is in his fucking last name. Trayvon Diggs.
Did he have a pick 6 last week?
Yeah, he had a pick 6 because Marcus Mariota spun 5 times pirouette in the fucking pocket, threw a prayer up, and it landed it. Deron Bland didn't make a play. He was just there. He didn't do anything. He's there with 4.3 speed. Congratulations. I could put Dree Archer out there and he could have made that fucking interception. He's a running back. They suck. They are horrible. I'll put Troy Franklin in this 40-plus yard touchdown bet as well. Why not?
You're just giving it to everybody.
Yes.
They're all going to have
Cortland Sutton will have a 40-yard reception. RJ Harvey will somehow catch a ball 40 yards down the field. I don't know. Is Adam Troutman still on the roster? Put him in this fucking list too. They can't cover. They are horrible. Back to the questions. All right. I gotta scroll back up, make sure I find our next one. Okay. Do we have Dallas Goedert, or do we think Dallas Goedert can have at least half, holy English, of the fantasy performance he had in the last Giants matchup?
I mean, can he? Sure. He was very heavily targeted in that one. But the thing is with Goddard, the vast majority of his fantasy points are coming from touchdowns.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Obviously, they went heavy with the wide receivers last week. That's kind of how the Philly offense works. Like, we talk about flavor of the week with Denver and which wide receiver pops. For Philly, it's position. Is it the running back? Is it the wide receivers? Maybe it's the tight end. It all depends on scheme. Like, at least they saw from that first meeting that the Giants can't cover Dallas Goedert. Like, he'll be open. So then it becomes, where do they decide to go from there?
The Giants weren't the game where Dallas Goedert. No, okay. Where he caught those 2 underhand touchdowns. I'm like, I don't think that was scheme, but never mind. No. That was his big game.
No, he had 9 for 110 that week.
Yeah, that's exactly what he had.
Yeah, he had a massive week that week.
Giants
but
are
half,
hit or miss.
I think is fair. Like, I mean, you're putting that around 10. I think he can very easily.
Yeah, like 13 fantasy points. Giants have been hit or miss against tight ends because they shut Kelsey down, but it's not like Kelsey's Kelsey this season. I think 10 to 15 points for Goddard's a fair assumption.
Would you rather hold on to Cam Ward or Trey Benson in a PPR super flex?
It's super flex. It's always the quarterback.
You can't drop quarterbacks in a super flex. You never know what's going to happen.
Especially starting quarterbacks, and that is what Cam Ward is. So
Yep.
Nico for Tet. Straight up.
I mean, I'm going to keep Nico Collins.
Yeah.
Assuming
Nico
this
Collins
isn't dynasty. I mean, I guess even if it's dynasty, I'm keeping Nico Collins. Yeah, it's Nico Collins.
Gone. Yeah, Nico. Can the Bears defense be played even if Lamar plays? Is Lamar supposed to play?
He did practice on Wednesday.
Okay. They've been consistent except for one game in Detroit. 9 or better fantasy points per game. I'm fine with starting the Bears defense.
Yeah, it's in Chicago as well, right?
No, it's in
Baltimore. It's in Baltimore.
Oh, it's in. I'd like them better if they were in Chicago. I don't think I'm high on them this week. Where do I got them?
I mean, no Lamar. You're starting them without question.
No Lamar without a question. Right now with Lamar, I have Bears as 16. I'm probably not playing them.
I was going to say, Ryan, maybe I'll spoil it, but the Bills are your stream of the week. Would you stream the Bills over the Bears?
By far, Bills. Right now, and again, I can talk myself out of things quite easily when it comes to defense. Right now, the Bills are a top 5 play for me this week.
Really?
Andy Dalton is not good, dude.
I say I am not expecting this.
They can't stop the run.
And so that's the thing that honestly, Joe, when I was looking up my stats for my stream of the week, that's the thing that scared me off of them a bit.
If they end up running the football 30 times, that's going to negate the Bills' pass rush. And that's really how they're getting their
Tre'Davious White is covering Tedero and McMillan. Guys, I watched the Bills.
I think Andy
see
Dalton
them.
is a
They're in our
statue, and I think
division.
he's going to get murdered. That's what I think is going to happen.
In fair, totally fine. Ed Oliver's back, so that definitely plays a part in stopping the run a little bit and the pass rush. I still have zero faith in that Bills team. I have had zero faith in them.
I'll be honest
for a long
with
time.
you. Doing my defensive rankings this week, other than the Colts and the Chiefs, I'm not hyper confident in any of these guys. Maybe the Patriots.
But the Patriots always start slow too. Like that's
exactly.
I think Judkins struggles. I know somebody else doesn't, but they will struggle against Judkins is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
And I know someone disagrees with that here. But Flacco over Caleb.
Easily.
Fuck it, why not?
Absolutely.
Easily.
Fuck it, why not? 2 backs, 2 receivers, 1 flex. We'll start with the running backs. Saquon, Javonte Williams, Jalen Warren. You got to pick 2 of those 3.
Saquon and Javonte for me.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't love Javonte against Denver, but I also don't love Warren against Green Bay. So 2 receivers, Nico Collins, Rome Odunze.
So you're good.
What?
Yeah, I said Nico's not. Yeah.
I was going to say, I didn't think he was playing. Odunze, Pickens, Sutton. I think those are your 2 receivers in flex, right?
I would actually go Warren over Sutton. Not a big Sutton guy this week.
Would you?
Yeah.
Ryan. What Pro Football Focus bullshit have you found out about the fucking Dallas Cowboys? What am I missing?
It's about yardage. Basically,
I don't care. What do you?
We'll talk about it later.
I just want to know what Bo Nix we're getting. Are we getting quarters 1 through 3 against the Giants or quarter 4? That's what I want to know.
Exactly.
And you know what? Fair. I'll give you that. So fair.
But it's pretty clear that like when he needs to, Bo Nix is looking for Sutton. Like Sutton to me, even if Dallas is not the Dallas that you're talking about, Joe, and he's more the Dallas that Ryan is talking about, Sutton to me is still safe.
Correct. Yeah,
so,
I think
that's
Sutton's
where
safe.
I would be fine saying, you know what? Yeah, let me go with Sutton versus Jalen Warren in a really tough matchup against Green Bay.
Jalen Warren has been a monster in his last 2 games.
He has been a monster. I just don't love the matchup. I'm also trying to find. Here it is. From PFT commenter Barstool. I'm doing shots of Bo Zempic, lines of Bo Kane. I'm all in on Bo Nix. So that was hilarious. Not that I'm the same way, but I just thought that was funny.
I mean, he had a monster game against Cincinnati. Like the week before when he played Cleveland, he had 11 carries and 2 catches.
Are we going to sit here and say Dallas's defense is better than Cincinnati's? Because
no, I'm talking about Jalen Warren.
Oh, Jalen Warren.
Yeah,
sorry, I was
talking
like,
about Jalen Warren.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like Green Bay has a good run defense. I don't think that Jalen Warren's really going to do much. I think you're probably looking at maybe 10 to 13 fantasy points.
Well, then Warren is a decent floor.
That's what I'm saying. He has a good floor. I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah. Like if that's what you're shooting for out of your flex, then go Warren over Sutton. Sure.
I like Sutton. I think you're going to find a lot more people taking swings this week, so that affords you the option to do that because of, again, you're looking at the teams on bye. 2 of the 3 teams, or 2 of the 6 teams, have 2 of the top 3 leading receivers in the NFL, and Puka Nacua and Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Lions also with Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And the Lions have Amon-Ra St. Brown. So, like, you're going to see a lot of people taking some swings, especially at the flex spot or the receiver position.
In that same note, the worst defenses against wide receivers right now, 4 of the top 10 are on bye this week. So.
Yeah. Would we consider dropping either Trey Tucker or Troy Franklin to grab Tez?
Either of them.
Either one.
I would drop Trey Tucker. I think Troy Franklin at least has a better quarterback.
I'll drop Troy Franklin because Trey Tucker might be the de facto #1 wide receiver if they trade Jacoby Myers. So,
and that will not fucking matter. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and Geno Smith.
And a washed Pete Carroll. My God, he's lost his touch.
I'll give you that.
Dart over Prescott this week, right? ? Cowboys in Denver, Jackson Dart in Philly.
You cannot pay me to sit Dak Prescott right now.
I was like,
at the end of the day, Jackson Dart is still a rookie.
I was going to say,
Dart embarrassed Philly.
Words out of my mouth.
I don't think he does it again.
Oh, and then Dart also just embarrassed the Denver defense, meaning if Dart can do it,
So can Dak.
Yeah. I'm starting
The
Dak.
Cowboys.
And let's
have
not
the
also
worst-
forget, this is a revenge game for Javonte Williams, too.
No, it's not.
Ooh.
No, it's not. The Cowboys
They
have
gave up
the
on
best offense in the NFL and the worst defense in the NFL. Funny how those two things correlate.
Yeah.
That's not even opinion. That's actual
Well,
stats.
it's last year's Cincinnati team all over again.
Yep.
Correct. Is Ben Johnson trying to turn the Bears into a run-first team? No, I just think he realizes he can't fix his fucking quarterback.
Well, I mean, let's not forget what Detroit was. Like, Detroit, for as great as they threw the football, their base offense was run the football with
20
with
plus
Gibbs
rushing
and Monty.
touchdowns every single year.
Yeah.
Rushing.
Like, that's what he wants to do, because every good offensive coordinator knows, unless you're Andy Reid, the run sets up the pass. But Reid uses the screen game as a de facto run game, the same way that Sean Payton does.
Well, because Isaiah Pacheco runs with his eyes closed. So, again, another who could have seen that coming. Like, God, he sucks. Would you straight up trade Kittle for Olave or Pittman? Note, has Jake Ferguson, so you don't need Kittle.
Yeah. I'd do it
I
for,
would-
for either one of them, whichever one you can get done easier. Neither have had their bye yet, right?
I think Pittman had the
No.
bye, right? Do the
No,
Colts? No, Colts have
Pittman
not had a
is
bye.
10.
Yeah.
And Olave's
that's-
9.
Yeah.
I like Pittman more
Yeah.
personally.
Check your bye
I agree.
weeks, see if one helps you more than the other. But for either
At the
one
end of the day,
these guys,
if you can get the player in the better offense, that's Pittman,
absolutely.
because they're fairly even. So
Absolutely.
Pick up Chuba Hubbard. Someone dropped him.
Sure.
if you got
You
to
gotta
add them to your roster, sure. I mean,
Respectfully, I can't imagine there's a lower end.
Yeah,
running
I
back
think
on
the
big
point
running
of this
team.
question is, do we think he has like some enormous bounce back? I don't think he's going to be able to get Rico Dowdle off the field, but injuries can get any running back off the field, and then Chuba Hubbard's right back at it. So
The Cardinals are on their 7th running back, so
yeah,
it can happen. Who wins this trade? Puka, K9, and Diggs, or Bucky, Lamb, Josh Downs? I'm on the Puka and Diggs side.
I would rather have Bucky and Lamb. You get a much better running back. I know Bucky's missed 4 games, but
we've been talking about this in some of our chats. Starting to get a little nervous about this Bucky injury. I assume he's back after their week 9 bye. I assume Puka's back after this week. But the fact of the matter is this: as the K9 apologist of this group, Bucky's the better running back. I'll go Bucky Lamb Downs.
yeah, it's Bucky Lamb for me. Get the better running back. Because to me, there's not that big of a drop off from Puka to Lamb.
No,
I think that they're the same. They're
They
the
really
exact
are.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no that to me is a wash. I'm playing. I would rather Diggs over Downs, and I'm not a big Bucky Irving guy.
I like Diggs, but either one of these guys could end up being a droppable asset in 2 weeks. So,
Dart or Rodgers? This is a clean sweep
Ooh.
on Aaron Rodgers, right?
yeah, I think it's Aaron Rodgers. I've flirted with moving Dart ahead of him. Dart is only rostered in 56% of leagues, by the way, which I
That's
found
wild to me.
pretty incredible. I've shuffled them multiple times in my rankings. I do think it's close to a coin flip, but Josh brings up an interesting point. You want to talk revenge game? This might be a Philly revenge game for what Jackson Dart did last time. And again, love Aaron Rodgers this week. He's my stream of the week. So,
yep. Zappa traded Kieran for Danny Dimes and Rico Dowdle. Did I scam the guy? I need to see the rest of your roster, and if you needed a quarterback and all the different.
yeah, I was digging into Kieran a lot this past week because I think this is an opportune time to trade for him. But my God, has he been average as fuck this season? So I like this trade. I'm good with it, especially if you needed a quarterback.
Yeah, that's the only way that I really like this trade is if you needed a quarterback. Because while as good as Rico has been, and he was better than Chuba and saw more carries than Chuba last week.
Average as fuck last week.
He was average, correct? Like, I mean,
Because Rico Dowdle is average.
Yeah, and you don't get points for his 470 yards from
correct. Yeah,
ago.
like Kieran is a big upgrade from Rico Dowdle. I don't care what ranking number is right next to Rico right now. So, he has a higher stranglehold of his rush share, plays in a better offense. Yeah, for me, it's still Kieran unless I absolutely needed a quarterback.
Yeah, it all depends on what your quarterback situation is. to call this a winner or not. And I'm a very pro Kieran Williams person. So
half PPR, JCM, Terry McLaurin, assuming he plays, or Tez.
It's Tez because I cannot trust either of those first two human beings. So
especially with Marcus Mariota, this is Tez Johnson pretty easily.
Yeah, correct.
Rashad White or Cortland Sutton? This is Cortland Sutton.
Not for me.
Okay, you fucking freak. Cortland Sutton.
It's Rashad White.
I know for Josh, it's Cortland Sutton.
Facts.
Yeah. I didn't even need to ask him that question. Again, I'm fine with Rashad White. He eked me out a win in one league with his 7 little points. He eked me out a win.
He did suck really bad last week. And who do they have this week?
The Saints.
New Orleans.
Like, it's a good matchup.
I'll stick with Rashad White then.
Sutton. Flex Chase Brown, Michael Pittman, Mark Andrews, or Hunter Henry.
Oh, it's Michael Pittman. Easily.
It's Michael Pittman. That one feels easy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Very.
Okay. Zappa chimes in with that trade. He has Bo Nix.
You don't.
So am I to assume that he got Kieran? Did we read that wrong, Zappa? If you got Kieran, enormous win.
No, traded Kieran for Daniel Jones and Rico Dowdle.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
One of the unless it. I have to imagine this is.
Or if it's super flex.
If it's super flex, then sure.
Super flex.
If you in a one quarterback that you don't need a backup, is
Zappa,
Bo Nix probably frustrating you?
Zappa, you're new. We are nice, but we are also honest. If you traded for a backup quarterback, you fucked up. Plain and simple. Rico Dowdle is not better than Kieran Williams. You did not need a backup quarterback. Hopefully it plays out great for you this season.
Yeah,
it was a bad trade.
Yeah. There's a chance like you're just probably frustrated with how Bo Nix
Which is fair.
Yeah. So also love 4K. It's National Tight Ends Day, so I didn't know if the answer would change at all. You know what? Great reminder that I was going to put in an all tight ends parlay anytime touchdown this weekend. Because it's national. Why does it always seem on National Tight Ends Day that the most irrelevant fucking tight ends on planet Earth catch a touchdown?
Get your Daniel Bellinger anytime touchdowns.
Get your Cole Kmet anytime touchdown in, guys.
Oh, he's out. I think he's been nursing an injury. Yeah, it's Colston Loveland week.
Is
no,
it?
It's not. It is never Colston Loveland week.
Okay. Zach, Flowers, Gadsden, Tez, Kamara, Woody Marks, or McConkey in the flex.
It's McConkey.
One of those is not like the other.
Yeah, one of these things doesn't match. It's Lad McConkey.
Remember when we hated Lad McConkey a few weeks ago? I didn't, but remember when people on the show did? Yeah, Zappa, in the nice way possible. Maybe. Listen, we'll never know until we know.
Yeah.
But what we know now is
Zappa, one thing this show, Josh, Joe, and I don't agree on many things.
We normally agree on
redraft, single quarterback leagues. You do not need a backup quarterback.
Yeah. The only time I will be okay with a backup is if the league is at least 14 teams. Because I'm in a 14-team league, and it is tough sometimes finding a quarterback on the waiver wire, because especially when you're playing with a lot of casuals, like it's just a work league. So when you're playing with a lot of casuals, they draft backup quarterbacks. So I'm going into a week where my quarterback sucks or anything like that. I got nothing on the waiver wire to pull from. So if you if you get a backup there, fine. Anything else? No.
Yep.
Definitely not. Okay, downsides. Here we go. Josh, Khalil Shakir outside the top 30 at Carolina, and Quinshon Judkins outside the top 15 in New England.
Yeah, I've said this for a couple of weeks. Judkins excels in great matchups where game strip matters. They're not going to be winning this game against New England. New England has done a good job of beating the teams they should beat, but then also beating the teams that they probably wouldn't beat, i.e. the Buffalo Bills. Cleveland clearly falls into that category. Judkins is going to get his carries. But here's the fun thing that maybe a lot of people don't know. Maybe you do, Joe, but you've been shitting on the New England run defense. They have not allowed a single running back this season to top 49 rushing yards.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like that.
I'm just saying.
It's painful.
Not a single running back this season has topped 49 rushing yards against the New England Patriots.
If there's one slight strength, it is Christian Barmore and Milton Williams.
Yeah. That's why you paid Milton Williams all that money to get him from Philly.
And you know what? Sure.
I do expect Judkins to rush for more than 49 yards. I want to preface this.
I would hope
because there are few running backs in the league that have a team rush share as high as he does at 72.7% since he came in and started in week 2. That is an astronomical rush share number.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. he needs to score a touchdown because he's not doing anything in the receiving game.
Correct.
So if all you're getting is rushing yards, he's going to be outside your top 15 this week.
So my biggest thing when you play, I don't know why more teams don't do it. You need to run outside zone runs against the New England Patriots because where they blow you up is on the interior with Christian Barmore and Milton Williams. So if they game script some outside zone runs, which from what I can remember in a Kevin Stefanski, Nick Chubb led offense, that was heavily involved in the offensive game plan. So if they're running to the edges against Harold Landry and Kayvon Chason, sure. Marte Mapu at moving up as the Tampa 2 safety. Like, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
But you are right. He does need to find the end zone in order to crack the top 15.
Yeah, the upside is not there this week, is
correct.
The whole point in this. So.
Yep. Ryan, no touchdown special goes to Jordan Addison. And I really need to know why Cortland Sutton is not a top 15 receiver against Dallas. What is this groundbreaking statistic that I don't know?
Let's calm down.
What don't I know? Tell me something I don't know. In the Heights. Continue.
All right.
Go ahead.
Threw me off with the Lin-Manuel Miranda.
That was a good quote.
It was really good.
Thank you.
So when you look at the season-long stuff like Joe does, Dallas gives up the second most fantasy points to wide receivers. However, you break things down to the last month, Dallas is actually giving up the 14th most. And since week 3, no wide receiver has even hit 75 yards against them. This is not the plus matchup everyone wants to pretend it is. Tedero McMillan scored 2 touchdowns against the Dallas Cowboys and was still only the wide receiver 13. I have Cortland Sutton not making the wide receiver top 15. If he doesn't find the end zone twice, he is not going to pay back on his current season ranking of wide receiver 12. It's just they've slowed wide receivers down lately. And obviously, you get Washington, who has no quarterback and no wide receivers. But as I mentioned, it's not like Tedero McMillan set the world on fire. He had 3 catches that game. Garrett Wilson, 6 for 71, but found the end zone. That was still only 19 fantasy points. The last wide receiver to kill them was Romeo Doubs with his 3 touchdown game. And that was still only 58 yards in that game. So it's something you got to see a lot of end zone and a lot of big plays. And I just don't see Dallas giving it up this week. Again, coming back to the next thing, Dallas can't stop the run. You don't know that this game doesn't just slide to J.K. Dobbins. And again, I'm not saying I don't love, or I am saying I just don't love Cortland Sutton this week. I see him as around a wide receiver 20.
The Dallas Cowboys, 2,811 total yards given up on defense, dead last in the NFL. Averaging 401.6 yards per game allowed, dead last in the NFL. Over 1,822 passing yards allowed, dead last in the NFL. 260.3 per game, dead last in the NFL. Rushing, 989. Thank God the Miami Dolphins exist with their 1,100 allowed rushing yards.
Now,
Shout out Bijan Robinson this week.
You actually brought up something, though, that you said they give up 260 a game?
260 a game. Dead last in the NFL. I'm not done. Second to last in rushing, because thank God for the Miami Dolphins in both yards per game and total yards. Second in total points allowed. Dead last. Second to last in total points allowed. And thank God for the Ravens and the Bengals, because they're third in average points per game allowed.
Well, so and Joe, this is literally what Ryan's talking about. You are pulling whole season long stats.
Okay.
He's breaking it down to the last month. That's it.
Great. We've played 7 weeks of football. The last month is just
turn it around.
It's just discounting.
Hoping they don't, because I love when Dallas sucks. So
again, I'm not saying they're even a good defense. What I'm saying is they can be beaten multiple ways.
They can. And one of them will be through Cortland Sutton.
We'll see.
If Sean Payton is going to choose running or throwing, he's going to choose running. And if they can't stop J.K. Dobbins, Bo Nix is not throwing for more than 200 yards.
And that's the other part I wanted to get into that Josh alluded to it earlier in the show. Bo Nix was ass for 3 quarters last week, and we need to be very aware.
And then he snorted a line of Bocaine, and he was fine.
Right? Cortland Sutton against the Jets, 1 catch for 17 yards.
I came on the show and said he was going to have a bad week against Sauce. You think Trayvon fucking Diggs is going to cover him?
Bo Nix against the Colts. 1 catch for 6 yards.
You cannot understand my joy that I am not on the other end of this, Ryan. So thank you for taking this bullet for me.
Well, I mean, it's all going to come down to whether I'm right or wrong, because if I'm right, I will humbly remind Joe how I was right. If I'm wrong, I'm never going to fucking hear the end of it. So.
Well, because how many times when we go about these debates are you right? Very little.
Very rarely. So you better fucking hope it ain't this time.
Yeah. Very, very rarely. Okay. All right, here we go with mine. Again, I maybe went a little more conservative this week than the entire Miami Dolphins offense will be outside the top 20, so I won't go 0 for 2 again. Please don't get sucked into the Ramondre Stevenson bullshit that they pulled last week, because I said, I don't know if I texted you guys, but I think I sat there and I said, we can run now? What the hell happened? And then shout out to the second half, and I was like, oh, no, he still sucks.
There's the offense we thought it was.
There's the run game that I know and hate for this fucking team. Don't start Ramondre Stevenson if you have him on your roster. Just don't get. He has a bad matchup anyway.
Carries for Travion Henderson, no targets. Like what?
I sat there and I said, I don't think Travion Henderson's played a snap in the first half. Efton Chisholm saw more snaps in the run game. Shout out Efton Chisholm. If you know, you know. You don't get sucked into Ramondre. He has a bad matchup anyways. But
I'm in some dire straits, so I am starting Ramondre in 2 leagues this week. So
if you have to, you have to. By all means, please God, don't start Ramondre Stevenson. Just don't do it. And then I have Javonte Williams outside the top 15. Everyone said revenge game. Javonte Williams doesn't have that in his body. He barely has a knee. Okay.
He's just happy to have a job.
He's just happy to have a job. He's happy to be here. Now again,
having a top 5 season so far. So
he is. And shout out him and Rico Dowdle as the second and third on the rushing list so far in the NFL this season. But I don't like Javonte against Denver. Again, could easily bite me in the booty. But
is Rico Dowdle really third in rushing?
He's third. Yes, it is Jonathan Taylor. Big drop off to Javonte Williams, and him and Rico Dowdle, I think, are 2 yards apart from each other. Hold on.
Holy shit. I was not expecting that.
I'm pretty sure they are 2 yards apart from each other. I have the total defense stats pulled up, so please hold while I go to the individual stat leaders.
JT 697, Javonte 592, Rico 551.
Yeah. Who's 4 and 5? That was also
James Cook 537 and Jahmyr Gibbs 526.
Yeah.
James Cook, who already had his bye.
Who already had his bye week. Correct. Insane. All right, we'll go back to some audience questions quick before we go into stream of the week. Would you drop Travion Henderson for Xavier Worthy or Ricky Pearsall? Has Rashee Rice, and would you drop Evans for Evans is done for the season?
Yeah, you can drop Evans.
You can kiss that goodbye. Yes, so drop Evans for Godwin. Drop Worthy. I don't know. Pearsall.
I'm fine dropping Henderson, truthfully, for either of them.
I assume this is 2 different leagues because everyone knows me. I'll hold Hendo. So I would drop Evans for one of these wide receivers. Because you have Rice, I'd probably go Pearsall.
I would do that.
I'd rather have Worthy over Pearsall.
That's fair too. One of them's healthy.
I'm gonna go Pearsall just because I don't love the double start of the 2 receivers on the same team. I am looking. Okay. McBride out. Who'd you pick up on waivers? Noah Fant, Jonnu Smith, Taysom Hill, or Colston Loveland? Ryan.
They throw in Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, there's Isaiah
Likely.
Oh,
it's okay.
It's not him. Fant is so interesting. It's a good matchup. He's the only tight end. I don't see how you can start any questionable players ahead. And I don't mean questionable in health. I mean questionable as a starter over the touchdown upside that the Steelers tight ends give you. I feel like you have to go Jonnu in this situation.
That is the correct answer. Jonnu Smith.
I picked up Noah Fant in the league because Jonnu Smith wasn't available. I picked up Jonnu Smith in the league that he was available. So it is Jonnu and then Noah Fant. So if you need a tight end and Noah Fant's on your waiver wire, just know we all support that decision. But it is Jonnu Smith and almost most of
I'm debating this week. Does Cade Otton continue to see this volume? Because I'll typically play volume in a full PPR league, but it's like both Steelers tight ends are still out there. And it's like, I might just go for the damn touchdowns.
To the moon.
Yep. Well, moving to the stream of the week, we go into that. Ryan, who you got?
Let's see here.
I mean, I know who you have, but you tell people.
Week 9 streams of the week, week 8 streams of the week, all available in about 50%.
You want to start over? Go back. You want to start over?
Because this is a clip. So we're going to start over.
Take 2.
Week 8 streams of the week, all available in about 50% of ESPN leagues, and we are running it back. Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. It's the Green Bay Packers. It is a revenge game. He dropped 4 touchdowns on the Jets. He hates Green Bay way more than Jets. Over the last 3 games, no team has allowed more points to quarterbacks than the Green Bay Packers. Rodgers has a safe floor and a wonderful ceiling. And guess what? We're running it back at tight end as well. Mason Taylor gets the Cincinnati Bengals. I hope you got both of these guys last week because they have great matchups again this week. I trust Tyrod Taylor to get Mason Taylor the ball. Cincinnati is getting torched by tight ends, and they gave up 4 tight end touchdowns last week. On defense, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills taking on the Carolina Panthers. I don't think Andy Dalton is going to solve these offensive problems for the Carolina Panthers. Buffalo's coming off of a bye. I think they should be well prepared. Dalton's going to get sacked and probably turn the ball over far more than Bryce Young did. Buffalo just feels safe this week. Are you starting any of these guys? Let us know in the comments. Full article available tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm starting all these guys. Oh my God.
Shut up, dickhead. That's for the short. Comments help us.
I know.
Trend.
I know. It's me in the comments. Okay. Trade Baker for Drake May.
Yes, as quickly as you can. Drake May is the truth.
Drake May. That's who you want.
God, it's just so much fun to have a good quarterback, guys. Let me tell you. God,
I agree.
Oh, it's just great. All right, Underdog props. You can sign up using the promo code WOFF. That's WOFF to claim your free pick. First time deposit up to $1,000 bonus cash. Here's who we got for Thursday night football. Quinton Johnston, higher than 47.5 receiving yards. And Carson Wentz, higher than 222.5 passing yards for the Minnesota Vikings.
I'll quickly jump in on this Wentz one. I went into this fully expecting to call the under for Wentz. I don't know what they were thinking with this line. Daniel Jones just beat the Chargers for 288 yards. Jaden Daniels a few weeks ago, who throws less than Wentz, 231 yards. And earlier this season, Mahomes, 258. Wentz has smashed this number in his last 3 starts. This is a weird line, and I'm going to have, I don't know, we don't talk a lot of betting on this show. I'm going to do what's called a ladder bet, where I can bet Carson Wentz to hit this number, but I'm going to bet him to run up this number because 222 is way too low.
I'm curious if Underdog has a line on his pass attempts, because in his 3 starts, he has not had fewer than 34 pass attempts.
I'm sure they do. I don't have Underdog. I do everything on Underdog on my phone, so I do not have it easily accessible.
I don't know. Seeing that, I'm just like, he was under that for most of the Philly game last week. And then, obviously they had to throw to keep up. But yeah, 222.5 feels kind of low. I went on the higher side on QJ, which feels really risky considering he hasn't hit it in his last 2 games. But we talked about this on Oh Captain My Captain, which will air tomorrow morning starting at 9 a.m. on our YouTube channel. But the game script for this game could get really interesting because the Chargers are allowing so much in terms of rushing that Minnesota might have to throw to keep up. But if they start throwing, then Justin Herbert's going to start throwing. And with all the pass attempts that he's going after these days, it can support not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 targets. So I think that QJ, with his big playability, big plays just absolutely killed this Washington secondary 4 days ago. This is what Quinton Johnston does.
Yeah.
He could very easily hit this in 1 catch.
To answer your question, Josh, Carson Wentz, 33.5 pass attempts. So they're on the attempts. They just aren't on the yards.
That's interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just want to give more love to Drake May because this was brought up. And go to his wife's TikTok account just so we can all appreciate what the wholesome content is that this man and that this couple brings. These are actual comments on his wife's TikTok account of her just posting her fit from the Saints game. Kiss Drake May good night for me. Give Drake a kiss on the cheek and tell him I love him for me, please. Treat our king good. Queen of the North. Thank you, First Lady. Please tell Drake he's my glorious king. Our husband played great today. Honestly, have you started picking out outfits for the Super Bowl week? Like, seriously,
The funny part is I'm sure that 90% of these comments are men. That's
Yeah.
It is. It's so funny. Our husband is the next MVP. Can you give my king a hug and a kiss for me, please?
I love it.
It's so good. Like, it is so good. It has nothing to do with Drake. It is her just posting the game day fit, and it's everyone.
That's amazing.
Kiss our husband goodnight. What a comment.
One of the few
so
bright
funny.
spots of the internet.
Go look at Drake May Lover on Twitter. There is no hate. There's no shade being thrown. It's literally just this person.
Now go
posting
read
Drake
the
May
comments on Brittany Mahomes' Instagram.
Yeah. And you know what? Rightfully so.
Diametrically opposed.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. Diametrically opposed foes.
I will say it's funny though. We haven't seen much Brittany Mahomes in the spotlight of late.
Because Patrick says, shut the fuck up. You're going to cost me money. I'm going to give you 7 children. Just shut up.
Yeah.
Respectfully. I support women, but
yeah,
shut up. Like, just shut up, please. Mark, need a flex. Mason Taylor, Harold Fan, and Kyle Monangai. Ryan. I'm going with the running back.
I'm typically very against tight ends in the flex, but I'll go Mason Taylor from this group.
Josh.
Yeah, Taylor's the volume play.
I don't know if
I'm going Monangai.
How are the Patriots against tight ends this season? I haven't paid enough
attention. They haven't been
horrible.
near as good.
Horrible.
Yeah.
If Njoku's out, it's Fannin.
I just don't trust Dylan Gabriel to get him the football.
Yeah, that's
the thing for me. I just don't trust Dylan Gabriel. I think Monangai has a chance to actually see more volume than any of these guys this week. But this feels like such a classic trap where it's
like Woody Marks.
Exactly.
Everybody was on it. I was against it. I'm staying against it with Monangai. I have Monangai in a league, and I am not starting him. And I'm talking a questionable fucking running back start, and I'm still not starting Monangai. So
I think I'm going to go Taylor here.
I'll still go Kyle Monogamy. So
perfect. I still remember that when you tried to pronounce it the first time. That shit floored me.
Tell me right now that doesn't say monogamy. Tell me right now.
It doesn't say monogamy.
Are you sure? Read it again. Read it again. Are you sure? Because if I type that into Google, you know what Google's going to say? Monogamy. That's what Google Translate's going to say. All right? I'm telling you. Go type it into Google right now. Javonte Williams or Rashad White. I think that's a clean Javonte Williams.
That's a very clean Javonte Williams, and I love Rashad
I have him
White.
as a downside, and that's still a Javonte
yeah.
Williams. Yeah, that's still a Javonte Williams. All right. Remember, folks, subscribe. If you're on Pull or Tiffy, make sure that's Apple and Spotify for those that use government names. Hit the follow button on there as well. Make sure you never miss any fantasy football content. Discord linked as well, YouTube, and over on wherever you're listening to the podcast. We have the DFS Showdown slate. I haven't read this in forever because we've been backed up against the wall. So here we go. Be sure to check out the DFS Showdown slate video. Oh, Captain, my captain. Thursday night football matchup that we break down. Be sure to tune in for the Sneaky Flex for Thursday night Sneaky Flex, the best 15 minutes of the internet. It is adorable. If you've never watched it, highly recommend. And website Thursday morning for a full breakdown of Ryan's Stream of the Week picks that will also be out as a short tomorrow. Correct? I'm not stupid on that.
Yeah, as long as YouTube doesn't fuck me on copyright, we'll have it out usually by 10 o'clock. So
hell yeah. All right. This is weird. I'm used to not having time.
Same thing happened to me and Josh on Tuesday, and I was like, let's get out of here before it snowballs.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. Good luck in week 8. Halfway through the season, we hope that you can at least end the week in most of your leagues above 500 or at least at 500. Give yourself a little bit of hope. For Josh, Ryan, myself, you follow Club Fantasy on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Club Fantasy FFL. The URL is clubfantasyffl.com. Yes, Drake May is a better start than Baker Mayfield and most quarterbacks in the NFL nowadays. Always remember, defense wins championships. Offense wins fantasy football. We will see you